Tom, aka Gingermel, and in this video tutorial we're going to be making a working ATM that uses items as currency for your Minecraft, Bukkit, or Tekkit server. Players will have the convenience and security to access their accounts and only their accounts wherever an ATM is built. But first, the demonstration. And suddenly Minecraft. So this is our ATM. It's using the scrollable menu signs as one of the plugins. So as you can see, we have 3 signs right here. One of them is balance. You can check your balance. You left click it. Now if you're not familiar with scrollable menu signs, you right click to scroll, obviously, and then you left click to choose that option. So like I did previously, you hit left click. As you can see, it says money, balance, 92 gold ingots. This is economy. It's another plugin. You can customize this. So what we have is gold ingots. You can do money. You can do sticks. You can do souls. Whatever you want. And I can show you. I'll show you how to customize that later. So as you can see before, we have 92 gold ingots. And we'll go over here withdraw. We're going to go ahead and scroll. You can also use your scroll wheel to scroll as well, or just right click, whichever you're comfortable with. So we're going to go ahead and withdraw, and just to show you, in my inventory we have 0 gold ingots. Alright, so we're going to hit left click. As you see, they pop into the inventory. Yeah, and then the balance changed to 82. So previously we had 92, it goes to 82. We can also show you 92, 82. Alright, and we can keep withdrawing as well if we'd like. Now what is also cool is, since I don't have 100 to withdraw, well, as soon as I hit 100, it says we can't do that because obviously in our bank account we don't have enough. So there's no chance of duplication, glitches or anything like that. I can't take advantage of that. So then we can do the same with deposit. As you can see, it's all gone and all back into our bank account. Same thing with this. We can't put what we don't have into our account. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I will show you guys how to set it up. First, I'd like to thank developers for making these plugins. A link to their website and where to download will be in the description below. The 3 main plugins we use are Economy, that gives players accounts, Scrolling Menu Sign, that adds a user interface to the ATM, and Vault, that ties the 2 together. Optionally, you can use World Guard with World Edit to restrict the use of the /money command, forcing players to visit ATM locations to check their balance. Installation's pretty easy. If you guys are wanting to go through the World Guard route, the World Guard usually comes in a .zip file, so you want to take the .jar out. And yeah, basically it's pretty straightforward. I started a new server just for this project. We'll go ahead and go into plugins. We'll drag and drop all this in. And we'll go ahead and go back to the run.bat, and we'll just let it set it up. And then we'll go and type stop and enter, and then any key. I'll go up to the plugins and change a few things. First, let's go to economy, and in the YML config YML. Now I use Notepad++. I'll put a link in the description below. I'll go and edit with that. Now first off, scroll to the top. What we're going to do is we're going to change how the money is portrayed. So since we use gold ingots, you can use dollars. We're going to do the singular of the currency, and then we're going to do the plural. And then down here where it says account, it'll say holdings. This is how much each player starts out with. So 30 is fine with us. We'll go ahead and scroll down a little bit more where it says single, and we're going to change this to true. Now if you're using currencies that use past decimal, or like a past decimal point, so like change or whatever, so like how this is $1.23 or whichever, then you'll want this false. But since we're using gold ingots and we just want to keep it simple, we'll just use true, so that gives it where it's just going to show up as, for instance, $1, or in our case, 1 gold ingot. Now there's tons of settings you can change, mess around with, but we're just going to do that for now. So we're going to close out there, save, and that should be it. yeah, so the rest of the setup is actually done in-game, which I will show you now. Alright, so first off we just made a wall, and then we placed 3 blank signs across the top, and then while facing the first one we'll go and make the balance sign. So do /SMS create, and then we'll name the sign balance, and then the sign is going to be what's going to show up on the first line is going to be balance. You can also, so that'll show up like this. Now you can also, if you mess up, you do /SMS delete, and then the name of the sign, and it'll delete it. And you can also do SMS create balance, and you can color the signs by doing the and sign, and we'll do 3 and then balance. So it's going to turn into like a teal color if you do and 3. And then we're going to add a check option to it. So we'll do SMS add to the balance sign check. And then this check is going to, if you do in quotation, we'll do money. Now the normal command is /money, but since we're going to actually make this a command to elevation, meaning you can't do /money anywhere unless you operate the sign to do it. So this way they won't be able to check their balance unless they're actually at an ATM. Now you can do /money and that'll be fine, and leave it if you're not going to do the whole world card thing. But in this tutorial we're going to do the world card, and I'll show you how to set it up after this. So we're going to do @ money in quotation, and we'll hit enter. So now when we left click it, it'll show how much we got. So since I have gold ingots, I have 0 gold ingots, so it's all in my inventory right now. Now alternatively, if you mess up as well with the command lines, you can do SMS, and instead of delete, you can do remove, and then since it's the command is going to be in the balance sign, you do balance and then the command that you want to get rid of. But since I don't want to retype it all, you get the picture. Then we'll go to the next sign. We're going to make this a deposit sign, so we'll do the same thing, SMS create deposit, and then deposit again, and then we'll hit enter, and then we'll do /SMS, and then you don't have to always have the sign selected. Only when you're creating the sign up to this point you have to have it selected, and afterwards you won't have to. So if you're doing something and then you decide to change it later on, you don't even have to be near the sign. So you do /SMS add, and then we're going to go ahead and do, okay, so we're going to add it to the deposit sign, and we're going to go ahead and add a 1. So whenever you left click this, it's going to add 1 gold ingot to the count. Now you can, if you want to make multiple ones, so like in the demo that we did, we have it where it goes 1, 10, and 100. We'll actually have to redo this for each of those. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do the 1 and then the 10, and then after that should give you the tools you need. So we're going to deposit, quotation. Now we're going to do the money sign, or dollar sign, and then we do capital E, comma, and then we'll do -1, since we're just going to be moving 1, and then we'll do semicolon, since the item, now we do the item ID. The item ID for gold ingots is 266. You can find the item ID out by, I believe that you can do it either in-game, but how I usually do it, because sometimes it'll actually show it on, depending on what you're running, it'll show it on the actual item when you mouse over. Not sure, I think there's an option you can set in the menus, but usually what I do is I just go to the Minecraft wiki, and they have a big page of all the item IDs and the items next to it. So 266, comma, then we're going to do 1, and then end quotation. Now all this is done without any spaces. And we'll go ahead and hit enter, and as you can see there's 1 there. So when we left click it, it will take 1 of our gold ingots out of our inventory, and it's going to be placing it into the account. Now if you were wanting to make a 10 or a 100, we'll do SMS add to the deposit, and then we'll go ahead and make it show up as a 10, and then we'll do quotation, the money dollar sign, capital E, comma. We'll do, now the difference that this is we're going to do -10 instead of 1, we'll do semicolon 266, then we'll do comma, and then we'll do 10 without the negative, and we'll go ahead and hit the quotation, end quotation. So that way when we scroll down with our scroll wheel or right clicking, and we left click it, it'll take 10 out, and then we have 11 gold ingots in there. Now for the withdraw, we'll go ahead and do the same exact thing, SMS create withdraw, we'll name it withdraw, hit enter, then SMS add withdraw, and then we'll go and do 1, and we're going to do the same exact $, capital E, comma, and then instead of -1 we're just going to do 1, and then semicolon, the item ID, comma, and then we'll do -1 for the last one. So this way we can withdraw, as you can see 20 just keeps going up all the way up to 30, and then we'll have 0 in there. Now this also works with, so when you're trying to get more than you have out, then it won't let you, and same goes for depositing. So that's it for the basics. Now for, let's go ahead and put that. Now for the world guard to set that up. Now all we have to do is we tap /rg space flag underscore twice global underscore twice again. Then we're going to do blocked dash commands, or just CMDS space, and we'll do money and hit enter. Now this way, although it's not going to work for me since I'm set up as OP right now, for anyone else, if they try to do /money, it won't show up. But since I'm OP, it's going to show up. And that will actually mean that they'll have to come, well, at this location, they'll have to come out here and actually click this to see how much they have, or just memorize it. And that concludes the ATM tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below or message me. I'll gladly answer them. I'll be hopefully uploading more content, anything, tutorials, games, maybe some live creations, plenty of ideas. This has been Tom, aka Gingermel. Thanks for watching.